I'm currently rehearsing Swan Lake as Siegfried. I've actually danced Siegfried with English National Ballet 3 times with a different partner earlier in the season. That unfortunately got injured, so now I'm like rehearsing again with Erina Takahashi, and it's very challenging. It's a very challenging ballet. It's a very emotional ballet. It's because it's long and it goes through so many emotions. You have to like carry out from the very beginning until the end. It's not just technical, but there's a big story that you have to carry throughout the whole ballet. And obviously also like technique wise, it's not the easiest, but I mean, I've been rehearsed by Loipa and Derek Deane, who's the choreographer of this version, and it's just been the dream, to be honest, because they're just both amazing teachers. Definitely the third act is definitely like really hard, the Grand Pas de Deux, because you go from the Pas de Deux straight to the variation, and then she's got her variation, and then to the coda. So that's quite challenging, and also like stamina-wise, it's very challenging. But what I actually find the most challenging is the slow variation in the first act, because it's again, that one is another one that is like very challenging technically, but there's a big sense of like soreness that you have to like portray. So that's what makes it also even harder. I think Siegfried is he just wants to go against this idea that he has to marry what his mom is telling him. So these like princesses and stuff. So he kind of convinces almost himself that that's the swan that he met, which is not obviously, but he wants to believe it. That's the thing, I think. So I started when I was 7 years old, because I was just sort of dancing a lot, like in the house after dinner and stuff. So my mom thought, why not, let's take you to ballet. And then I was doing ballet and football at the same time. And then it got to a point where the two things were like colliding, so we had to choose one, and I chose ballet because I think I was better. So I just wanted to keep going that way. I danced locally in my little town of Crova. And then I moved to La Scala in Milan, and then there was the opportunity to do the summer school with the Royal Ballet School, and I got a place there to do it. So I went there for 2 weeks, and after those 2 weeks there was an audition to actually get into the school of Royal Ballet, and I did that, and that's how I got the place, because I actually auditioned for Royal Ballet School and I didn't get a place the few months earlier, and then I went for the summer school and I didn't get a place, so that's how I go in. It was always a bit of like ups and downs, but we got there at the end. I think the one thing that I really felt coming from La Scala to Royal Ballet was the amount of hours spent training for ballet, because in La Scala I still had to go to normal school, and so that took literally like half of the day. And when I came to Royal, I just felt it was mainly just ballet. We did like a B.Tech program, which was only like a few hours a week, but that was it. The rest was just focusing on ballet. So it was much more intense in a way. And I had some great teachers at Royal. I had Paul Lewis and David Pidden and Jay Jolie, so many. But yeah, it felt more, this was it, like this is what I'm gonna do. Like there's no other things, it's just ballet, like from the morning until the evening, it's just ballet. Well, the director at the time, David Nixon, came to the Royal Ballet School to watch class, and then he emailed the school, the Royal Ballet School, saying he would like to see me in Leeds for like an audition. And so I went there, and I actually thought, I don't know why, but I thought it was an audition to be part of the company for like a production. So I went there quite like calm, and it was just for a production. And then I did class, and then he called me in his room, and he told me I got a job, like a full-time job. So I was like, okay. And that was the first company I tried, and I just decided to take it, because I saw his vision as well, you know, for me in the company, and we just really clicked, to be honest. And then I stayed there for 5 seasons after that. It was actually in this last 2 years that I danced at Northern Ballet. That's when I started doing the bigger roles. And I actually got to dance with my fiance, Minju Kang. And that was just amazing because it was The Great Gatsby. We danced together as Daisy and Gatsby. And it was a ballet that already came in my second season with the company, and I saw the role of Gatsby, and I wasn't ready at the time to do it. I really wanted to do it. And then I was just happy that when it came back, I actually got to do it, and I got to do it with her. So that was, I would say that was the most special time or memory that I have there. Well, there was a change of directorship, Northern Ballet, and whenever there is a change of directorship anywhere, there is going to be a lot of changes in the company, in the artistic staff, a lot of things, and I just thought, you know what, why not? It's time to like try, you know, maybe like a bigger company and see where I can get to, you know, see what I can do with myself. And I just emailed Tamara at the time, because she was the director, and I came down to London, did a class, and I got a job here, English National Ballet. My first ever show with the English National Ballet was Prince in Siegfried in Swan Lake. That was the first ever show. So that was quite a nerve-wracking, I want to say, like experience, but I mean, it went well. And then after that I did John de Bryan in Raimonda. And just now we finished with the Prince in the Nutcracker, and that's it so far actually. This is where I always wanted to get to. You know, the moment I joined the company, these are the roles that I always wanted to do. You know, because everybody obviously points to the top. You know, to the principal roles. I didn't imagine they would come so fast, but you know, when it's there, you just gotta take it, you just gotta do it. I think dancing wise, for like solos and things like that, I felt alright, because at Northern we had a good like classical training. I think the challenging part was actually in the pas de deux, because the pas de deux that mainly David Nixon created was a very specific style of partnering, where the girl is mostly, a lot of the times, like off her legs, so you can actually feel her weight in things like promenades and things like that, where the classical ballet, it's much more simple in a way. You almost like, the girl has to be on point, and you almost don't need to feel her weight at all, you need to just know where she is. So that was it took a bit of adjusting, definitely. I really love food, actually. So I just, being Italian, of course. So I just love, especially like coming to London, there's just so much choices. Going around and finding the new popular kind of restaurants or places to eat and drink, and yeah, I would say that's and watching football actually, I love watching football. I support Torino. It's an Italian team that it's not the best, but it's got a lot of heart, so that's why I follow them. And it goes back in generations, so I didn't really have a choice growing up. Yeah, I would love to dance in Italy. I would love to have that opportunity. I'm not sure if I would love to be there like as a full-time sort of job, but definitely for like galas and things like that. I would love also for my family to get to see me dancing, because they did come and watch some of the things here, but you know, it's always a bit limited how much they can actually travel, and so I would love to just be there. And yeah, someone said that I was never gonna be a soloist in a company, to my family, and because they had meetings, you know, every year you have a meeting with the artistic team, the teachers and stuff, and they said he's not bad, but he's never gonna really make it like as a soloist. He's gonna be like Odile, and that just kind of stayed with me, and I kind of want to say that that always comes back in my head, you know, whenever I do a principal role or whenever I got promoted in the past, it always goes back to that thing. So I'm thinking if maybe that's what made me like push a bit when I was younger and stuff. It's always there, you know. I always wanted to prove that person wrong. I just really want to keep going this way, keep working hard. I have a lot of people to look up to in this company, and whenever I see them, I really look at myself and think about the things that I can improve, and I just want to really like keep going this way, keep working hard.